So, why are we doing this whole thing? Why marriage education? If I were to ask you, do you want to have a terrible marriage? Who would raise their hand? I see that hand. No, just honestly, nobody goes into a marriage thinking, you know what? I just want this to be terrible. I want to be miserable. I hope we fight every day. You know, that's not what we go into marriage thinking most of the time. Most of the time we go into our marriages maybe with some unrealistic expectations, but with the idea that, hey, this is going to be a good thing. I'm going to get to have this partner with me who's going to walk with me through life. We're going to go through the good and the bad, and maybe we're going to raise a family together. We're going to grow old together. Then we're going to retire somewhere and sit on a swing and, you know, drink iced tea and watch the sunset, right? I mean, that's kind of like the ideal vision, and we go into marriages and we want to have these happy, healthy, vibrant marriages. And you know, I teach this, and every time I teach this class, I walk away going, I could do better at that. So I think there's something that all of us can take from this, no matter if you've been married, you know, 2 months or decades. Every couple has strengths and weaknesses. Would you agree with that? Somebody tell me what you feel like a strength would be for your marriage.
Specifically that person's marriage, or
just like your relationship. What do you feel like with your relationship with your spouse? What is a strength for you guys? Trust, humor. Laura and I can watch Dumb and Dumber together. Don't judge me. Not the new one. I don't know if that one looks dumb. Sorry. Did anybody bring no baggage into their marriage? I mean, you were just like a blank slate, like a newborn baby, right? Still had that new car smell. No. We all brought some sort of history, baggage, expectations shaped by years in the whatever type of household we grew up in, by whatever type of media we consumed. We have a lot of expectations in our marriage, but this is just based on lots of experience. What do you think happened right here? Yeah, you meet, you get married, you're dating, you know, you got the butterflies in your stomach every time you're holding hands. You remember that, right? It was just yesterday for you guys, huh? Sorry, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen the rest of the day. So what could have happened right in here that started to cause this dip?
5-year anniversary.
Why the 5-year anniversary? Is there some history there? A deployment, sure. Babies. Come on. That's that deep dive dip. That's what babies are. This is babies right here, right?
The hump in between the low and the high is the baby, because it's like, oh, baby, terrible coos. And then he's 4, and then, hey, he's good now.
He's really thinking about this. I like it.
Then they moved out of the house. We're back happy again.
I don't know what that's like.
We don't either.
Yeah, we've got a little while. So let's talk about some communication danger signs. And this is one of those things that you probably know, but it's really good to be reminded of. Because every time I finish one of these events, I find myself going, yep, I do that sometimes. Yep, need to do better. Here are the communication danger signs: escalation, invalidation, negative interpretations, avoidance, and withdrawal. What is the temptation? Because some of you may have went out and had dinner last night. Some of you probably go out and have dinner with your spouse tonight. What is the temptation when you sit down at the table with your spouse? No, you've got the phone right here, right? You put the phone out on the table because you never know when that alert or whatever is going to pop up so you can answer it. You're not engaging fully. I mean, how cool is it just to keep the phone in the pocket or put it in the purse, or maybe only bring one phone if you got the kids with a babysitter or something. Say, okay, we're just bringing your phone. I'm leaving my phone at home. Or that it wasn't wrong. Just something happens. There's a wrong committed, and you say, well, I forgave you. Why can't things just get back to the way that they were? Why aren't things normal like they were before? Well, forgiveness doesn't mean that you pretend, that you put on a mask, a facade, and act like all of a sudden everything's hunky-dory again. That's not what forgiveness is. How can it be unhealthy if you forgive someone and then you pretend that everything is okay? Marriage might very well be one of the hardest things, if not the hardest things in life. Especially when you look at it over the course of a lifetime. But that's why you make the promise at the very beginning. Because for generations, people who have lived it said, you're going to need to be committed to this person in sickness, in health, for richer, for poor, honor, cherish, love, respect. Why do you make that promise at the very beginning? Is it because it's going to be easy? It's because it's going to be hard. But let me tell you something. Marriage can be the best hard thing you will ever do. So I want to encourage you. Invest in your marriage. Invest in your marriage. And it will not just pay dividends for you and your spouse, but it will pay dividends for your kids and for your grandkids and for generations. A strong marriage that you establish now is something that will have echoes for many, many years to come, and it will outlive you. I think that is a worthwhile thing.